Yo, the waiting is over. Yeah. Look, they say boxing is a death sport. Ashes to ashes, like trash in the alley. Cashes is cashes, which means we could compete. As long as I got breath in my lungs and my 2 feet and a strong heartbeat, we could rumble, young man. Put the gloves in your hands. The talking is over. All that we were arguing over is over. We could sit in silence before the noise and the roars and arena doors open. Before we throw hands, we satisfy the demands. This is for the fans, my legacy, my little mans who looked up at me like that. You're about to hurt them bad. Yo, the shit is serious. The big fish and the fisherman, the old man in the sea. But before you all see the violence and the bloodshed, we can sit in silence. But before you all see the violence and the bloodshed, we can sit in silence. Think you're a monster, don't you? Ugly, breathing vulture. AB's put it down my skyline. Notifications on my timeline. But this here is the A side. You think you King Ghidorah? But this is King Nello Ninja, the king of the monsters. Take 3 of you to step to the giant, but I'm defiant. Face of boxing. I'm a legend, like the Mayans. Yeah. Let go. Nello. Let go. Nello. You think you King Ghidorah? You think you King Ghidorah? You think you King Ghidorah? You think you King Ghidorah?
Live, only on DAZN, Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. One is defending a name, the other is building one. The ring doesn't care where you come from, only if you can survive in it. Saturday, June 28th, Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Up off that? Yeah. Yes. Up off. Hey! Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is, huh? Yeah. Yeah. It's hump day, baby. We'll do it. What's up, my people? This is Showbizz Adult. All right, man, look. Look at who we have here. Let me see, DJ, what's going on with you? Let me see, Metal Hendrix. What's going on with you? Whoops. All right, man, look. First I want to say this. Everybody, welcome to the hump day. If you haven't done it, please close out the chat, hit the like, and give it up. God dog it. Oh, here it is. Put it on here.
Bring on this with a laugh under the cabbage patch. She's a pretty lady, and then sign some autographs. The burn young man can boing boing.
Hit the like bit. And wait a minute, we can't get started. I swear before Lord, without giving it up to the lady.
You should let me in. You deserve no, you deserve baby.
Hit the Tyson Bell, baby, face ass. And wait a minute, hold on, fellas.
Yeah, put it simply in here. I like surprises. I came here for prizes. Big booty and thighs is promising my guys is how I could get inside this. Stupid, I realize this, but There's so much I wanna know about you, but I don't really wanna know. That's what they say. You make it too hard for a nigga. I got you, but I got the time. Let's make it work.
Hit the Tyson bell. And let me. Don't. We outside.
What do you think can happen when you're outside? You can lose a fight, see a chick, have a con with that vibe. You can ride a bike, see a nigga, and ask if he's alright.
Hit the Tyson bell. All right, everybody. That's the Black George August Joseph Parker. Okay, we have a short show for you today. We got a show for you today for the hump day. Listen, I want to say I did start late, a little later than normal, because it's going to make sense in a minute. All right. Yesterday, the AC blew out. Okay. And I'm like, what the hell? So immediately, we're blessed. We're blessed. Okay. We were able to call the mechanic or the people to come to fix the AC. All right. And the reason why I say we're blessed is because I remember not that long ago, there was a time where something like that happened. We just ain't got AC. All right. Money was funny. All right. I mean, something like that happened. We just ain't got AC. We'll just have to get a bunch of fans and see how that works. But we're blessed. All right. Was able to get people to come by, fix the AC. All right. It happened late at night. I hit the hay. I went to bed. All right. Sleep. I woke up late. Why? That AC was blowing like, and when shit like that happened, bro, I woke up with my blanket here. You can't get a deeper sleep. That's the reason why the dead stay dead. They put them in that ice box in the morgue. They would be all right. You know what? Conspiracy. If you don't put them in that ice box, they'll get their asses up. They'll wake up. I woke up. I couldn't believe the AC was blowing like that. Pause. Let me see. Hit the like or your races. Oh, shit. Hit the Tyson bell. All right. Yeah, that's that good sleep. I just woke up. All right, so let's talk. We're going to talk today. Bill Haney. All right, I have to acknowledge it because yesterday I got a DM. I got a DM. I was added on a story by Bill. When I got the DM and it said Bill Haney, I was just like, I wonder. And I look and I was added where he was trying to get people to see my data on YouTube. All right. That's okay. I give you guys my data. The information he's looking for is how often I bring up Devin Haney. Okay. And I thought it was all a joke, but now he put on a story. Fine. Now you're trolling. All right. It's nice a bit. All right. But I want to say, Bill, stop. Bill, I'm on my AB shit. Bill, stop. Stop with the fake beef, bro. All right. I saw you try to stare me down like it was a Holyfield fight when we were at the media workout, Bill. You had a frown on your face so deep, it was incredible. You know what I mean, Bill? All right. You and I know what's going on. All right. There's no beef. Stop with the fake beef. There is no beef. I know what beef is, and that's not us, bro. All right. But I can acknowledge a few things, and I will. All right. Today. Now, we're also going to talk about Canelo Alvarez and Crawford. Allegiant Stadium has been announced as their stadium. Really is no shock, but I was getting comments that I couldn't give an answer to, you know, for sure. People are like, yo, they announced the date and they haven't announced the time and they haven't announced the place. And I know De La Hoya is saying that it's going to be during the day and not at night. And I'm like, well, where did he get that from? But he may know. I don't. But now that we know it's at Allegiant Stadium and UNLV game is during the day, it's kind of like it can't be during the day. All right. So we'll talk about all that and hopefully we can try to answer I can try to answer some questions that you may have. If not, we will get the questions answered, because there will be a fight September 13th, Canelo Alvarez versus Crawford, from my understanding. All right. There, I mean, it's all over Netflix and shit and WWE, and it's just everywhere. All right, hold on, let me see. Without knowing the data, don't you name all fighters? I do name all fighters, but I can tell you some data. I can give you some data. All right, hit the Tyson bell. All right. Also, Brian Norman Jr. versus Sasaki. That will be tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. Eastern. I will be up calling the fight. I can't wait, because there's only a handful of us who gets up to call those fights. And for some reason, I'm totally sleepy. I know why, because we get them. But I'm just saying, for some reason, it's the funnest shit in the world. I'm super loopy. We're laughing. I don't know why the ring girls. I think the ring girls. Listen, I saw those ring girls during like the day in like a replay. It didn't bother me. But at 3 a.m., I'm terrified. So you know how we get. You know how we get. Everybody who's been up with us, the War Room, watching the 3 a.m., 4 a.m. fights, you guys know how we get. All right, it's hysterical. And that's when you get the true members of the War Room. We'll talk about that. Jake Paul versus Chavez is this weekend. We'll talk a little bit about that. So how you guys doing today? Let me see. Nello Bud winner will be who retain most speed better. It's just whoever fights better, bro. It's gonna take so much. I mean, both of those guys are high IQ guys, fantastic fighters, some of the best fighters in the world. It's not simple. Whatever they have to do, it's not simple. So it's not just as simple as speed or as simple as power. It's not simple. We just got to watch the brilliance happen come September 13th and enjoy it. All right, that's the Black Two Sugars. Okay. All right, let's talk, everybody. Let's talk. First, before we get started, I want to show you guys this. The WNBA.
No love, no really. My heart so chilly. Attitude too shitty. Fan notes in my city. Infinity stones in my bucket. Rock it once and then chuck it. You can have a hat, it means nothing. Too much love lead to suffering. And I ain't the one to play victim, no. Telling you once, you better listen, go. Thug you out on the kitchen floor. Get you open like a pick and roll. Shoot your shot, girl, to miss the boat. I ain't got time to meet your folks, but I got time to meet your throat. Whoa, slow down. This is not for the romance. This is not for the slow dance.
That's how the NBA used to look. Skill, passion, tenacity, violence. That's how the NBA used to. I'm about to be watching the WNBA. And that's a damn shame. Because I even noticed in my comments in the War Room that women think more logically. It's like women are the new men. Women think more logically than men do. Like, men do shit that I can't even do in the War Room. In my chats, probably not War Room members, but especially on X. Men say shit and think in a way that I am incapable. I cannot do it. It can't be done. Not for my brain. My brain has too much testosterone. Example. A man can say, Showbiz thinks that Muhammad Ali fights boring with the no running rule. I have said many times, I have spoken to that many times. They can hear that and still come up with a damn lie and use it as an argument. Men don't do that. Men can't even do that. That's something that your vindictive ex will do. Yeah, but you really saying this. I did not say that. And now she's arguing with her own brain on what she lied about. Men do that shit. Now. Women don't. The WNBA is going to be, that's my new NBA. That's my new NBA, bro. That's my new NBA. There better not be any PED talk between Bud and Canelo during build. Oh my God, I will die laughing. Please have PED talk. There's no way either one has the right to. Yes, please talk about it. One on Snac, other Reynoso. Please,
PED versus PED. Let me see. NBA has become a place where you even push someone, you get booted. I'm telling you. NBA looking like that. WNBA is looking like that. I'm watching WNBA. Let me see. Flex on them. Biz, some dummy made a video arguing against the no running rule, but didn't even realize he agreed with it. But my thing is, how can people comprehend clinching too much, but not avoiding engagement? Common sense. They're trying not to understand it because, like you said, I'm not sure what video you're talking about. Don't even tell me. All right, free soliciting. I ain't got that kind of time. But and a lot of times while they're arguing, they figure it out. They be like, "Oh shit, I get it." But let me stay stubborn. It's like, brother, it's not even. It's just the motivation. Their motivation. They're motivated by something else. It's not about coming up with a resolution. All right, it's either their favorite fighter or hating on the war room. I mean, they get it. It dawns on them. They be like, no, but I know. Let me see. Biz, is it true Crawford got a baby on the way with another woman? That was not supposed to be my response. That was not supposed to be my response. If so, do you think she would act Bivol ex-wife and tell Canelo team about Crawford's weak point? Oh shit, I get it. Or his body or something. I get it. That's what Crawford said. But really, brother, shit happens, brother. I'm not going to get on into all that shit. But I will. If she's out, are they together? I don't even know, bro. It's like Fences. Remember when Denzel came with the baby on Fences? It was like, here you go. My outside baby. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. I really can't speak on it. But I will if it affects the fight. But Crawford seems so gully. I don't think he's like, see, Bivol was heartbroken, right? And irritated. Crawford just from the block, bro. What kind of Wilder are you hoping to see June 27th? Oh shit. I mean, I know which one I'm gonna get because his op is gonna be there for the taking. Larry, love you, boy. Okay, let's talk. It's time to talk, bro. Let's talk. All right. So we're 17 minutes in. It's time to talk about Bill. All right. Listen, let's talk Bill. Bill. First of all, hey Biz, did you see the Ring magazine breaking news about how many we get? Yes, we'll talk about that too. And the B sample is because that was breaking news. I thought you would be on top of it, unbiased. The camp. Oh, this dude trying to call me out, and I literally have this as one of the topics I'm talking about. Shut your stupid ass up and wait. Let me see. Member for 9 months. Bye. Okay. Listen. Listen. I'm gonna get through all the topics. Let's start with Bill. Okay. So first of all, we're going to do the data. Bill, you don't have to ask anybody else to do the data. They won't have the insight that I have on my YouTube about my data. Bill wants to know how often, they can't even do it, all right, but I can. How often I cover Devin Haney on my channel, okay? And I will tell you. All right. Now, I have it separated for vids, shorts, and lives. And then I have the total and the percentages. How I searched it was by Devin Haney, Devin, and Haney. So I searched Devin, I searched Haney, I searched Devin Haney together, all right? It ended up being the same amount as just Haney, okay? Because I never just say Devin. I either say Haney or Devin Haney. Either way, here's the numbers. Vids, out of 2.8 thousand videos I've made on YouTube, 105 are about Devin Haney. That is 3.7% of my content. 3.7% is about Devin Haney. Shorts, out of 2.2 thousand shorts, 189 shorts are about Devin Haney. That's 8.6% of my shorts are about Devin Haney. Lives, out of 1.2 thousand lives, 67 lives are about Devin Haney. That is 5.6% of my lives are about Devin Haney. Now, the total, there are 6.2 thousand content that I put out of vids, shorts, and lives together. 6.2 thousand. Out of those, mentioning Devin Haney, 361 total. That's 5.8% of my total content is about Devin Haney. What I've learned by doing my data research, which that is part of what I've been educated on with my master's degree. And this is why I'm pretty good on YouTube, because I do my data research. Through my data research, I realized that there is a spike 2 times. I talk about Devin Haney when he has a fight coming up or when he just fought. That's probably how I do with all fighters. Now, there was a huge spike where I talked about Devin Haney more than ever. I've been talking about Devin Haney later, not more than a lifetime of my career. But there was a huge spike before, during, and after the Ryan Garcia fight. I also noticed that I speak about Ryan Garcia more than Devin Haney. I have more videos about Terrence Crawford, actually, more than Devin Haney. But those are the numbers. Okay? Now, hold on. This man said I'm working like a Mexican. That had some humor on it. So was that the real Bill Haney on the live stream? I don't know. Or were we baited into beef? No, he added me on a DM. But I want to say this too. All right. Hold on. That was the research. Yeah. 5.8% HLD is ridiculous. I love you, brother. You're hilarious. Even when, me and HLD bumped heads before, even still, he came with facts. Though we didn't agree, it was a good debate. Let me see. It's way too much content for Tom and Hank. Oh, shit. All right, so here. Now, I want to say this, too. Now that we got 1,000 people in here, I did do a lot of fluff at the beginning to get to our 1,000 point. So thank you guys so much for sharing. All right. I want to say this, Bill. Bill, I am not your enemy. Bill, I am not your enemy. I love you and your son. You said in an X post that we are either, you're talking about me along with other YouTubers, we are either haters or lovers. I can't speak for everybody else, but throw me in the lovers category. I'm a fan of the Haneys. I'm a fan of Bill. You make me laugh. And you're for your son. 100%. And that reminds me of me a lot. I am for Devin because I think he's a fantastic fighter. And it bothers me a little bit, Bill, that you approach the war room and Showbiz as some enemy when everything I've said, you've taken the advice. I do not hate on your son. I give constructive criticism. And you know it's constructive because you take the advice almost word for word. I did not want to. Here's the receipts. I did not want to do this, Bill. I did not want to do this. I didn't. But here's the receipts. Receipts, motherfucker! That's a fundamental error. That's an error. As soon as he jabbed, he got rocked because he drops his hand when he jabs. As long as he got that issue and that issue, somebody with a good left hand is going to obliterate him.
So you've heard a lot of people talk about it. You've heard Showbiz, he go on there and talk about it. You've heard Floyd, you've heard everyone talk about the bone and arrow, right? So from here, right? If you try to go out too much, you're trying to bite off too much, you're here for the left hook.
No, don't you feel?
Still on a nigga, motherfucker.
What I think Haney should do now, I think he should drop the lawsuit, and I think he should fight somebody at 147. That's you whoop ass. Devin Haney got to go to 147 now, because if he fights at 140, people gonna call him a weight bully. So he has to fight at 147, and he has to knock somebody out. And people say, "Yo, Devin Haney is back. What's up now with Ryan Garcia?" I always knew whooping somebody's ass gonna listen.
Like, hey, if we get the rematch, I'll drop this, right?
Right. Does
that still stand?
Well, yeah, exactly, because that's the compensation we need, is whipping his ass.
You whoop ass.
Why not both though? Why not get compensation for the damages and the rematch? Why does it have to be one or the other?
You know what I mean? Like I said, it sits better with us whipping him out for it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If your favorite fighter is perceived to be the runner, the guy who is moving excessively, they are not going to hire him for any events. Do you understand what I'm saying? The person who is perceived to be the one who is causing the snooze fest, that person is either not going to get hired for fights, or they're not going to get paid a lot of money anymore. They will be at the bottom because they are seen as boring fighters. That's why when you guys were getting on me about the no running rule, you guys didn't understand that I was helping your favorite fighter.
And did you hear the narrative has been that Turkey doesn't like running, which anything that Turkey doesn't, it likes, I like it too. You see what I'm saying? So if there's no running, then guess what? There'll be no running.
Devin Haney, this lawsuit, this bag, is it worth more or even as much, not even close, to your brand? Your brand continues to make money. So you look out for your brand first, all right, and get it back in the ring. Bill, I put the link in the chat. No. I put the link right there in the chat. Can you please hit the link? If that's you and you're here, show the camera so we know it's you. Because, Bill, I have only had constructive criticism for your son. And you have repeated it. Bow and arrow effect. You don't want no running, and you have dropped the lawsuit. That's all I've asked. That's all I've asked. $1 trillion. That's because I love you and your son, and I want y'all to be great. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Hold on. Biz versus Bill, Canelo, Crawford, co-main, Biz in 3. There go Bill right there. We outside. Hit the Tyson bell. There go Bill. Bill, here it is. Hold on, brother. Brother, damn. Is that you, Bill?
This is me.
Bill, thank you for showing up. Brother, what's going on? We don't have beef.
No, absolutely. No, you are the new guy on the block, that they're giving you a chance to push the narratives that you're pushing. But I mean, it's always an opportunity for us, to knock that shit down, dog, for us to be who we are. That shit that you be talking about don't mean shit. No running. Listen, you're late, bro. You know the narrative, the running late, that came after the clinching rule. You remember the clinching rule?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so this shit ain't new. Y'all just making this shit up as you go along. Hello?
Well, don't say y'all, Bill. Say me. But here's the thing.
No. Listen, they said Floyd was a runner.
I don't care about they. I don't say Floyd's a runner. I'm talking about me.
I just said
me. Have I ever called Floyd a runner?
Hey, listen, it doesn't matter. I said you're part of they.
I'm not part of they, Bill. See, now you're playing. Bill, you go man to man. I'm me, you're you.
Hold on.
Don't do they. I own myself, Bill. Don't play.
Okay.
Bill.
You, along with they, have described similar styles to Devin, right? That as running. This is not a narrative.
False.
This is not a narrative.
False. Devin has never ran, only against Ramirez. I have never thought Devin was a runner. I saw him as a fantastic jab. Ramirez, he ran.
Okay, there. Listen, a guy on the other side of the mic has described Floyd as running before.
I can give a damn. I'm not the guy on the other side. Don't talk to me, Bill. Floyd was never
listen,
a runner.
and I'm listen, and I'm
one of the greatest fighters ever.
And listen,
See?
and
That's
he
what you do.
and
Use
he's
your
been
argument with me. Don't start looking with other people.
and he's also been described as running. So when you talk about listen. Well, I mean, I know that you don't care. Listen, I know that you don't care when you're describing all the other things that's attached to TBE. When I tell you that you clowns have described fighters that don't get hit,
Bill,
as runners.
Bill, once again, you lumping me with everybody else, Bill.
I got you. Your media.
You missed it, Bill. You got to talk to my words, Bill. Did you read the
Are you media?
My definition of running, and I've said it many times, it ain't Muhammad Ali, it ain't Floyd, it ain't Devin, but it was Devin against Ramirez.
Okay,
it ain't Shakur,
and I'm saying this,
but it's Shakur against De Los Santos.
Okay, well, what about this? Show business. What about this? Was what Devin did part of the Queensberry rules of boxing?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it was. It seemed to have been just fine. It wasn't illegal.
So,
nothing Devin Haney did was illegal.
Nothing Devin Haney did was illegal. Well, you made a rule to something that Devin didn't do that was illegal. Did Ryan Garcia do something that was illegal?
No, but it was a shitty fight. I need to figure that out because they sat there and they throw no punches at each other. That was a shitty fight.
Okay, what about the fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia? What did Ryan Garcia do something illegal?
Yeah, he has Ostarine. He had Ostarine in the system.
So he did something illegal.
Yeah. He didn't. I don't think he did it purposely, but he did it. It doesn't matter what I think. It happened. He got suspended.
Wait. Talk to you. It matters what I'm saying to you. Was it illegal or not?
Yes, 100%. That's why he got penalized.
Okay. So why didn't you spend as much time about something that someone has did illegal than you spent on something that Devin Haney has did that is legal?
I spent a ton of time on the Ryan Garcia Ostarine situation. That's all the time I did nothing but time spending on that. There's a reason why, though. Do you want to hear my reason why? You want to cut me off?
Was your time defending Ryan Garcia, or was your time defending Devin?
Neither. I could give a damn about defending Ryan Garcia.
My
time was you're not listening. You're not listening, Bill. Bill, you're not listening. It was about how these supplements are being manufactured.
No.
It's about how these supplements are being manufactured, and a lot of these fighters, including your son, he could get hit with something that he did not do on purpose. And when that happened, I'll be there to defend your son too. If it's small,
you're moving real moist. You're moving real moist right now because you're talking about defending something that ain't never happened.
You over here looking like a Sith Lord.
Yes. Okay, but you're moving.
You're trying to create a
I can be looking like something. I can be looking like, but you are appearing to be real moist right now when it comes to that. You're saying that you are defending and you're standing on the truth, and you have nothing that's personal.
Okay. First of all, Bill, we're both moist right now. Look at the war room. We're both sitting here moist, grown-ass men with gray in our beard.
No. See, it's only a moist. It's only a moist person that's going moist right now. So Showbizz, you are
moist, Bill.
You are.
How you gonna tell me what moist
is,
Bill?
Listen,
Bill, we're getting off the subject.
Well, let me tell you. No. Listen. We got time, and I'm going to tell you this: if for the betterment of boxing, if you don't spend time, it's equal amount of time, right? When Devin is wrong or when Devin is right, then I say that you're biased.
Okay, but here's the thing.
You're biased.
Okay, hold on. But understand this, brother. Can you just listen to me very closely? The attack, the no running rule, was not against your son. You're taking it as me against Devin. Devin is a fantastic fighter, and I understand why he approached that fight that way. The no running rule is not against your son. And the reason why I want to implement the no running rule is to give the customers the confidence to believe in boxing, that when they pay for boxing, that they will have the confidence that they won't get a boring ass fight. So I'm trying to implement a rule that brings down the probability of that happening. It is not against your son. And I fought for your son repeatedly when I said that your son does not fight like that. He only fought like that once against Ramirez. We're going to wait for him to come back. Brother, am I keeping it real? I knew they would do this. I knew they would do this. Let me add the link again. Hold on. Let me close this. Bill getting cooked. Brother, Bill, what Bill needs to understand, it ain't that Bill's getting cooked. What Bill needs to understand is I got that brother's back, him and his son. You got, brother, he didn't leave. He didn't leave. He was breaking up. He was walking around his house. He was walking around his house. Bring up Snac. I don't want to bring up Snac. But I think I got to. If I'm going to be real with the War Room, I think I got to. But I don't want to bring up Snac because that's how they make their bread. That's how they're baking their bread, bruh. You start talking about Snac and then you create this divide between them and the money. And I never want to get in between a man and their food. All right. So I understand sponsorships and shit like that. You know what I mean? But if we got to work, we got to work. Bring up William Skull, Biz. Let me see. Hit the hot dogs holler. Y'all, let's move on. We can move on until he comes back. Compare both of those. Too emotional, understand. Lawyer, Bill's boss. Let me see. Bill deflected harder than hey, but you got to give Bill love. He's behind enemy lines, dog. Let me see. A new member, baby. That brother came in here with the black hoodie on with the Sith Lord look. Bill Haney wants Showbiz to be like the Haney voice sucking on his pops. The Haney voice. This is the War Room. We don't do the Diddy here. Homie, don't play that. Oh shit. He thought I was defending Ryan. And the point I was going to use, and I think I still will, is it can happen with his son with Snac one day. And what I was defending was all fighters and saying how something like that can happen and you can unintentionally get hit with something because you think you're taking something that people told you was clean. The Haneys are being told that Snac is clean and all those things or whatever they're doing. All right. I'm just saying if that ever happens to Devin, I'm going to be right there defending Devin too. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Bill about to be a Hall of Famer. He's a true entertainer. The dude is necessary. Problem with the no running rule, is it only goes after the so-called runner. Yeah. And the no clinching goes after the clincher. What about the other fighter that didn't learn his craft enough? He gets his ass whipped he gets his ass whipped. Let me see. Bill is a deflection artist. This is about record low punch outputs, not the sweet science. What what's surprising him is he thought that I was team Ryan versus Haney. That's not me. He really thinks that it's team Ryan. That's not me. I'm just team boxing. So when he found out that I thought that Ryan and Rolly fight was shit too, he was like, you know what I mean? Because I mean, that whole thing was let me see. Bill said, drop the link. Oh, I already did, brother. I already did. You, we could roast next, Bill. We could roast next. You, why you big? Hit the link, brother. Make sure you're not, you know what I'm saying, in that part of the house with the real high ceiling. You're in the part of the house with the real high ceiling, Bill. Let me You got the high ceiling, Bill. With the high ceilings, you're gonna lose connection. He never listened. You were educating, not yeah, okay, hold on. He's talking. That sounds clear. And you look in 4K, Bill. How you doing, brother?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So back to what we're talking about. No, it's no secret that the way that you covered the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney saga, you know what I mean? It wasn't good and covered like grandma's Afghan, you know what I mean? With the flavor that I know that you could, you know what I mean? But that's water
Thanks
under the
for knowing
bridge.
that I got flavor, brother. Thanks
Yeah,
for knowing
yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, I see you work how you work for
shit. That brother Bill I'm telling you, he's in the hills. He's where he at, Cali? That brother in the hills. We'll wait. He's still connected. Oh, damn. Yo. I hope y'all got patience. Bro. I hope y'all got patience. Oh, there he is. All right, brother, go ahead.
Yeah. You know, and yeah, because I've seen you cover less deserving, you know what I mean? And be open-minded enough to understand a point of view for motherfuckers that we know that shit ain't right.
Okay.
Debo is in boxing. The Debo of boxing is Devin Haney. Make no mistake about it.
I can mess with that. Let me tell you why I can mess with that. Because when it comes to Devin Haney, he'll fight everybody, but not everybody would fight him. I've said that a million times, and I said it to Devin. Devin would fight everybody, and for whatever reason, you want to call him too boring, you want to call him a weight bully, you can say he don't get enough pay-per-view buys, whatever you want to say, all of those reasons is no. So, like I've always said, he is Debo Dev, brother. You got that from me.
Listen, let me tell you this. No, now, what I did get a chance to see you in the gym on the heavy bag before. And now I know that you're trying to really learn this game. And you of all people, anybody that know, inside that square circle, there's no place to run. Biz, look, you well-conditioned, you working out, you probably can run fast and all that. But when you're in that ring, ain't no place for you to hide. Man.
Oh, okay. We back on the running if he ran. Okay, listen, Bill.
No, I'm just keeping it real, Biz.
Bill, Devin, let me tell you how I feel about you, Bill. All right? Because you definitely telling me how you feel about me, brother.
Okay, come on.
Devin Haney is better than you allowing him to be. He would have knocked out Pro Gray and put his ass to sleep. I need to see your facial expression. Bill, I need to see your facial expression. He would have knocked out Pro Gray and put his ass to sleep, but you told him to be safe. And number two, Bill, you told him to stay away from Ramirez. And with his footwork and with his abilities, Bill, he would have beat the hell out of Ramirez the way Floyd did Gotti. Instead, under your advice, he ran around and put up a shitty fight. Devin Haney is better than you allow him to be. That's how I feel.
Thank you for your compliment. And thank you for thank you for maybe pointing out the reservations that a coach of my intellect and my experience will qualify for. You know what I mean? I can only take credit for the decision that I made in the game plan, and Devin to follow it. You know what I'm saying? I got to stand up on that. You know what I mean? And the fact
you're his father, bro. You don't want your son hurt.
It's just not even hurt. It's not just hurt that for a year we ran a narrative that Dev, what about the left hook? What about the left hook? Right? A year of the narrative. Now, if Devin had gotten brushed with a left hook, we would say that if it was Ryan Garcia, it would have been different. If it was Teofimo Lopez, if it was Tank, if it was whoever, would have been different. So my thing was to quiet the noise and bring confidence to a fighter that I know that needs confidence because of everybody that's trying to get in his head. I said, okay, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna pitch a shutout. You're going to know and believe that if you do not want to get hit with nothing, you do not get hit with nothing, and we're gonna go ahead to this next phase against the super hooker, because he was a hooker, then we was going to the super hooker.
I agree. I agree with you there. And you don't realize, once again, you're agreeing with me. We think the same, brother. I said on many occasions that was the social media fight. Devin Haney, you advised Devin Haney to fight in a way to shut up social media. And that's why the fight ended up being a boring one.
Not just social media.
About what people might say. And listen,
not
bro,
just social
he
media.
ain't just want to say shit. I understand people talk about my eyes. You say I got narratives. People talk about my taco hat, all that shit, but I'm still going to be me. If he got touched by left hook, he get touched by left hook. But either way, I would prefer him to get touched by left hook and whoop Ramirez's ass than to try to shut up social media, because you did not get that accomplished.
Okay.
You're talking.
Okay, but that's a great thing, because you guys are going to talk regardless. And listen, let me just tell you this, because when we were clinching, right? You guys, we stopped clinching, right? When we get hit by a left hook, we don't get hit by a left hook, right? So it's a warehouse full of tools. It's a warehouse. Listen, what fight would you fight?
What do you mean? I would just be me.
I'm saying no. If you were, I'm saying this. If you were the coach, give it to us. If you were the coach, what would you have told Devin to do?
You cannot catch you. You're too fast. You're too strong, obviously, because every time he hit Ramirez kind of stumbled, and Ramirez was hesitant. Hold on. Ramirez was hesitant to just attack Devin. That means Devin was popping better than people think. I would have Devin throw some more combinations, swim without getting wet, and then whoop his ass until he falls, because that's what he was going to do. Devin's a big kid and push way harder than
So you say you're going to tell him, throw more combinations. That's your throw more combinations.
Not just that. I said a lot, but
what? Tell me. I'm Devin, so tell me. You saying throw more combinations?
Okay. Hold on, Bill. Hey, Warroom. You gonna make? Hey, just bring me to the camp. I can bring me to the camp. I'll talk to you. You talk to your son. You need some coaching advice, brother. Bring me to the camp.
Listen, are you asking me, do I need you to come to the camp?
Devin Haney got one of the best jabs in the damn world.
I thought are we talking boxing, or do you want me to start shooting fire and shit back at your fat ass?
Okay, let's talk boxing.
Okay.
Devin Haney, I understand what you're saying. Devin Haney got one of the best jabs in the world. Yes. He also got a very strong physique, and he has fast hands.
Yes.
Devin Haney can shoot that triple against Ramirez, can double and triple that jab. And while Ramirez is being hesitant, like he was, because he was hesitant, as he freezes up, he can drop those combinations and then swim without getting wet. If he gets hot in there, he ain't got to be in there. He already proved to Ramirez, proved to you, proved to the fans and himself that he can get out whenever he wants to. That means he can get in and get out whenever he wants to. And as long as he's throwing his combinations and making Ramirez freeze, he'll be in there even longer and pushing Ramirez back. He would have stopped him, bro, because Devin Haney is way too much for Ramirez. It shouldn't even went 12, and it definitely shouldn't have looked like that. The only reason it would go 12 is if he was not active and he chose not to engage. If he engaged and was Devin Haney would have stopped him. So that Ramirez was close. He wasn't close. It should have went 12, and it should have looked like it was 12. Because he wasn't. And that's the fact, bro.
Now, so what's the counter to the double jab?
Ramirez ain't have shit to counter to that double jab. That dude hands that 10-2. Pop, pop. He could have pulled a Hitchens against Campos. And Devin Haney's better than Hitchens.
It's the left hand. It's the left hand to the it's the left hand to the body. The signature punch for Jose Ramirez. What Jose Ramirez was.
If he would have landed
what Jose Ramirez was. What? Excuse me. I'm not interrupting you on the show. I mean, are you gonna give your guests an opportunity to? Okay, because we've heard everything that you talking about and everything that you feel. Give me a chance to respond correctly, because when you have you and you have also Robert Garcia and you have the fans, you say that Devin has a beautiful jab and he needs to be doubling the jab up and those kind of things. Correct? That's what I'm saying. Yes, now, what I'm telling you is that on this particular night, on these nights against world-class trainers like Robert Garcia, and when you talk about the Golden Boy team and all these guys, They have watched thousands, or I would say hours and hours, right, of film on Devin. It's legendary of what Devin does, whether it's Papachenko, who prepared for the jab and prepared that Devin was going to be on the outside, and we went on the inside, right? Because that's what the team is not prepared for. When we're talking about winning, it's a battle and the preparation of the fight as well. And I understand you're saying social media. What I'm telling you then, if we don't listen to you and we don't listen to the fans, it's a shutout, my brother. It's nothing. So listen, let me go with you with this. When you talk about Robert Garcia, one of the best in the game in preparing. He's not just a fighter. He's had a Hall of Fame career. He's been a Hall of Fame trader, and he has a brother that could be going into the Hall of Fame himself. So when you talk about preparing for Devin Haney, wait a minute now, King. Slow your roll, Ripper. I'm going to tell you one thing is, when you got a nigga and they preparing for you, if you on that particular night can be something else different that they're not prepared for, then that's to your advantage. If you mean to tell me the best thing that we do is that we can take our jab and not use it and still beat a motherfucker 12-0, then you're talking about you don't even know what you just watched. But for the money, the name of the game is winning. And that crew over there, I got a high level of respect for him. And I know that he's a volume puncher. And I know that he wants to get us set so he can come over the top with anything. And I'm saying anything, none of that shit happened. Anything would have meant something in that fight to you narrative pushers if he had got hit with anything. Not that he's solid and he's strong and he came right back, and not that his face was all lumped up like T.O.'s, not that Ryan Garcia got knocked on his ass. No, you weren't going to give me the benefit of the doubt, big man. But one thing about it is that when you have to report now is that let's try to stop Devin with a rule, because if he doesn't want to get hit, once he comes up under that rope, you're not going to hit him.
All right. Listen, brother. Number one.
Yes.
Because of Devin Haney's performance, you literally had to say, whatever turkey like, I like. So if there's going to be no running, then there's no running. Because at the end of the day, it was business. All right, this is business. And what Devin Haney did with Ramirez was bad for business. And the reason why, hold on, and the reason why it looked like that, you don't realize what you just said, Bill. What you just said was y'all fought scared.
No.
Scared of social media, scared of how we may respond.
Devin doesn't fight. I listen, the coach is the first one to get fired. The coach is the first one to put the game plan down. Don't say no. And any team and whatever, it's right here. You're talking to the man. Don't say that they and that Devin shit, big man. Don't say that like you just said. Remember how you pointed at yourself and you said you're talking to him. You're talking to the architect, the planner, right? I went to. Now, you tell me the time that there's been such of a microscopic look into a, what did you call it? What is the second fight that comes on? The co-main event? Tell me the next co-main event that you're talking about. We talked about main events. Let's talk about the other co-main event that had a bunch of action, brother.
Brother, how many times you gonna change the subject? Listen, bro. Bottom line, I am for you and your son. And all the criticisms that I have for your son, you took the advice. That brother kept that right hand up when he jabbed. And that's not a hate. That's not a knock. That is great. It was a flaw that he had, the born arrow effect, and he's not doing it anymore. You guys dropped the lawsuit because that was bad for your brand. And y'all had to drop the lawsuit because it's bad for your brand. And now you're saying no running. Brother,
it's not
was the only issues I had with you and your son. It was the only. I even told the guy at the little ferry. I even told the carnival guy not to sue. I made a whole
I'm here, you're
tell the carnival guy not to sue, bro.
No, listen. You want to talk about what people do? You're terrible at what you do because you have me right here. And instead of telling me, why don't you just ask me the question? You just told me why I dropped the lawsuit. No, I dropped the lawsuit to get in the ring to fight him. The whole
Yes!
business of the lawsuit.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, listen. Let me just tell you.
I said, whoop his ass.
Listen, let me just say that was the whole thing. No, but you didn't crucify them and say that it took Bill to put a lawsuit for you motherfuckers to get in the ring.
I don't know if that was. I don't know if that was the reason why.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's the reason why they wanted to get in the ring.
No, I don't. You don't know shit when it comes to that. That's when you get like that. But you know everything when you put the taco hat on,
Hey man,
and you know what the fuck is going on.
You moist as hell, bruh. Because
listen, moist.
I'm speaking to you with love, and I'm getting all this stuff, all the points I'm making, and now you just want to argue.
Listen, no, because I know you are a chicken shit motherfucker. Because guess what? You will talk. No, listen. Let me tell you why. You will talk like that, and then you're going to. As soon as I get off, you're gonna talk like a moist fat motherfucker. That's what you're going to do. But when I'm on here talking, let's kick it. No, you're not fat. You just big as a motherfucker.
All right, good. Listen.
Come on, man. Finish talking, man. Stop distracting. Get back to the box.
Okay. The point is, Bill. The point is, if I talk about your son, when I do, and I'm talking about whenever I bring him up, it's because I'm a fan of his and I'm a fan of yours. And I've said that many times.
Why you didn't?
Also,
why you didn't give the comparison?
I want everybody to be great. I want.
Okay, but why you didn't tell the truth? Why you didn't Showbiz? Why you didn't tell the truth that the analytics that you did are not based on your entire career of numbers? You didn't. You were supposed to base.
I thought that's what that was.
You were supposed to base it on the last 6 months, the last year. Ever since you
the last year, it's up. Last year, I'm talking about Devin and Ryan.
No, you put all the videos. You put all the videos when you did your analytics. You did it based on.
I thought that's what you meant.
No. I meant since you got bought and paid off and joined the forces.
Hey, stop! You stop doing that. You stop doing that. You stop doing that. I own myself, brother. I can laugh with whoever try to make boxing lit. Don't you do that, brother. We need to stop doing that.
I know everybody. I know everybody that's independent.
But then cut me. No, listen. We got to start doing that.
You're not independent.
From under your brother and keep calling them king at the same time. You got to stop doing that, bro. I've never been bought out ever. I am my own man. And I've been my own man from the beginning. I can laugh the way you did with Top Rank, the way you did with Real Season. That's what we do when we own our own business, king. Now you need to stop. Y'all got to stop.
I just had to check. I just had to check.
Yeah, I'm never bought out, bro.
So now, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Have you ever bought into the narrative of another company that you're working with because you can't blast the other guys out? That you have to be kind of political.
No, because they never tell me what to say. I never tell them what do you guys like. Never have.
Do they listen? Do they
never have?
Okay,
there's
but
never questions. No one ever gives me a prep talk. None of that.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So is there an unwritten rule what you kind of know what to say?
No, because when I spoke with the PBC, when I spoke with Top Rank, when I spoke with DAZN, I said, listen, understand that I am with the War Room and we're unbiased. Understand that's what I am. Are you guys good with that? They said we don't expect anything other than that. And all three of them said the same thing.
Okay, well, ask them, listen, ask the War Room, what does the Devin Haney and the DHP need to do? Huh? We done came through here. I'm talking. I'm here. I want to answer questions. Ask the War Room or bring up the War Room generals and everyone else. I don't care.
That's a good question. That is a great question. War Room. What do you guys want out of Devin Haney then? That's get a KO.
Thank you.
Get a KO. That's it. Fire you. Hey, don't do that. They're following us on. Don't do it. But get a KO. That
no.
Whoop ass. Whoop ass. That's it. That's the one. Hey, bro. Whoop ass. Y'all got one of the best resumes in the world. Whoop ass.
I mean, every fighter. Okay, let me. Hey, Showbiz. Showbiz. Tell me a fighter that you said that has whooped ass every night.
Whooped ass every night?
No, I don't repeat again what I'm saying is, and don't start trying to think hella fast. I just said whooped ass every night. Yeah, I got you. I got you, nigga.
I leave whooped ass every night.
I got you, nigga. I knew you was gonna go back. I knew he was gonna go back to 1930, nigga. Jack Johnson whooped ass every night. I knew he was gonna go back.
Okay. Gervonta Tank Davis whooped ass. Say he doesn't.
Every night?
He didn't last the last night. He got his ass whipped the last night.
Okay, so not every night, King. So
Hey,
not every night.
you need to stop. You can't. That's an impossible ass question. And you know that. Ain't nobody whooping every ass. Come on, dog.
Okay, so what are we talking about here with Jose Ramirez? Let's move on.
Brother Haney ain't got a knockout since I started my channel.
Hey, listen. He got 15 knockouts and Lomachenko only had 18 fights.
Brother, it's who you knock out. Haney ain't had a knockout.
Deb is 26.
Lomachenko knocked out Kambosos and Haney fought him twice and did not. And I know he can.
I said I said when you ever get through it, Lomachenko only has 18 fights. 18 wins, 3 losses, and one of the losses came from Devin when Loma was healthy. Loma had a.
Hey, don't do that because the Warroom going to trip out. The Warroom going to trip out.
Okay, listen, I apologize. Did you guys listen? Warroom.
Haney.
Wait, hold on. Warroom, did you guys realize that Lomachenko, he said that Teofimo Lopez during that fight, he had a torn shoulder, right? He had to have surgery. And also he said that Orlando Salido did him a bunch of low blows and cheated him. The only person that really beat Lomachenko is Devin Haney. 3 judges. Now, I can say this though.
I'm mad at that statement.
I know, yeah, because we didn't cheat him. He was healthy, and you know,
he was too small. Listen. This is the issue. This is the issue. You want me to say it? You want me to bring up the elephant in the room, Bill?
You're the elephant in the room. Would you start speaking, please?
Bill.
Would you start speaking?
Bill. Brother, what's up with Snac, bro?
Is that what you did, the 364? You could have said, just did a 180 and came on back real quick. Snac, listen, bro, there's nothing in Snac. There's nothing to Snac. But I'm going to tell you one thing, unless there is. Listen, with me, I'm telling you, right now, Biz, the kids can come talk to me and they can find out how not to get in the streets, how not to sell drugs, how not to do. And I'm the man to come talk to. I might not know everything that you want to do in life, but I know what you shouldn't be doing.
But how about Victor Conte's past? Is that what you're saying? You're saying that with his past, he knows now how to do things in a natural and healthy way?
He knows how to bust people that are using drugs. And Margaret and Vada know that they know how to do it. People that study the shit, right? Because I didn't know about Ostarine, bro. I got blindsided by it. And you know what was crazy is, because I think that I know about, all the drugs and all the shit. Man, when the Ostarine came out, everybody said, oh, you didn't know? There's a lot of people doing Ostarine. I was like, fucking no, I don't know nothing about nobody's doing Ostarine. But they told me that it's like more common than not,
Yeah, but my thing is, there's a flip side to that coin, Bill. What if he knows how to pass the test that he's involved with? If you don't like people talking, if you don't like people talking,
everyone knows
if you don't like people talking badly about Devin, why be associated with a person with that kind of character?
Okay, so the thing is anyone knows how to beat it, right? Everyone knows how to beat the thing is that you need time to cycle off.
Munguia.
No, okay, because he didn't have time to cycle off, Biz. You know what I'm saying? You go on a cycle, and then you get off of it, the window of it, you still have the gains from it, my guy. But if you're getting tested 365, 24/7, then you don't have the opportune window to comfortably do a cycle without worrying about somebody coming in and testing you. You know what I mean? So that's why Devin took the initiative.
I support that.
Yeah, so that's all. That's what Devin did. So Devin joined the 365 and just said that, whoever it is, if you believe in it like he does, then come on and join the 365 and just let them just random test us.
I understand that, but maybe the criticism is he's willing to do that with when you're in support with a person who is in with VADA and is known as one of the dirtiest cheats in sports history.
Yeah, but you still can't do that. You still need the window to cycle. See, listen, like with fighters, planning out the fight, we go in Nevada and we both plan that it's enough time that the cycle doesn't benefit any fighter or anything. It's just a matter of the window, having the fight, having them start the testing, and it's tested out far enough, and you test it the day before the fight and you test it after. That's just testing. That's testing protocol.
So you guys going to stay. I mean, like I said, I'm never going to try to get in between a man and his food, brother. That's why I didn't even want to bring up the snack thing. Not that you guys are cheating or not. All right. You never been busted. So that means you never cheated. My whole thing is I didn't want to bring it up because that's a sponsorship. That's a bag. All right. I ain't got that kind of time to, the war room was like, it would be disingenuous for me not to bring it up. But really, bro,
if you don't bring up everything in the war room, you are the one that's out of pocket. I didn't come over here to get, you know what I mean? I came over here to go to war. I need to hear what's happening.
Now listen. You want to answer some questions from the war room?
Yes.
Okay, war room. You guys got some questions?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna always respect the platform.
Now between me and you, Bill, I'm telling you, I have no hate for you, brother, or your son.
Right.
It
but
ain't even close.
You are right now leading a war room full of crazy people. You dig that we need to listen. War room. We need to inform you guys. We need to, you know what I mean? We need you guys to understand, man.
Okay, here goes the question right here. Can you see it?
Yes.
That's a good question. You guys are skin and bones on the scale, but come in looking like AJ.
Okay. So let me do this while you're here and you got your thing. Ask him how much. Why don't you Google for me and we'll count everything up. Count up 8 pounds of water. 1 gallon of water. How much is that? Showbiz. 1 gallon of water. How much does 1 gallon of water weigh?
I got you. I know where you're going with this, man. All right, this is all. It weighs 8.34 pounds.
So that's 8 pounds. That's what I mean. So that's 8 pounds right there. A gallon of water. So if you drink a gallon of water and where you deprive yourself, you haven't drunk any water and you're thirsty, you drink a gallon of water right then, and then you drink another gallon of water. That's 16 pounds right there. That's not even the food and the other stuff to go up. So, hydrating back up. But being strong on fight night is different. And having belief that you're as strong and all those other things. You know what I mean? It's quite a game for real.
Okay, here's my thing, Bill. I don't think Devin was as strong on fight night, which is why I always wanted him to fight up. When people say he didn't have pop or he doesn't have a chin, I think a lot of that has to do with that. And I'm happy you guys are going to 147. I think he punched harder than he's shown, and I think he's more durable than he's shown because he was fighting. I just think he outgrew the weight class, bro. To tell you the honest truth. Hold on. Ask Bill why Dev keep leaving divisions when a slick young fighter pull up. Here we go. All right. I actually don't agree with that, but go ahead.
I mean, listen, we've stayed at the division to become the youngest undisputed champion in boxing. We've also put deals and negotiated for the best in boxing in or around his division right now. I'm proud of Dev, and 147 is going to be a great, and we all talked about, I think, Biz and everybody knows that 147 is where, the killers are going to rest at.
Yeah. They call it the biggest of the small men. After that is just big men. Hold on. Let me see. Ask Bill if Devin is going to fight Norman Jr. I mean.
Oh, absolutely. He's on the list.
Yeah, explain that list.
Yeah, you see,
You
yeah,
put
you
a
like that. Yeah, you like that. See, yeah, yeah.
You put a hit list together. We were all excited about it, right?
Yes.
Because there's some names on that list that we want, and I believe because you have only showed that you'll fight anybody by looking at the resume. Explain that list. Are those people you guys have actually asked to fight, or y'all just put a list up?
Those are not just people that we asked to fight, and not just people that have not just that the people have asked to see the fight, but they're actually people that have expressed that they want to, willing, and want to fight Dev. You know what I'm saying? So it's some bad motor scooters on the list, and you know what I mean. As you say, using your word, I would have been remiss by not putting them on there.
All right, good. Hold on. Let's see. Is Biz black enough? Can Biz and Bill work together?
Yeah. But see, the thing about it is that
yeah, that's that brother said. Thing about it is that bow. Is Biz black enough? All right, y'all. Look. Let me see. Will Dev go for the belts when he gets to 147? That's a good question too. Yeah, y'all didn't see the list. Y'all didn't see the list. That was a hard question right there. That was a hard question. Come on back, Bill. Bill. Bill, he left on purpose. No, he coming back. He coming back. Let me see. I love this. Y'all are good together. I swear before Lord. Me and Bill for the first time went toe to toe. I hope you guys appreciate the toe to toe, and I hope you guys appreciate Bill for showing up. Bill annoying, it's called accountability. I hope you guys appreciate Bill for jumping in the war room, bro, and showing up. But I think Bill had a false sense of what we do in the war room, and it's good that we got our point across, right? Well, hopefully we got it across, but at least it's good that we said it. This is cool. Yeah, much respect. Let me see. Why he kept calling you fat though? I don't know. He got upset. Bill got upset. Great interview. Yeah, Bill got upset. You know, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Hold on. I'm trying to get through the questions. There's a lot of super chats. And most of them was for Bill. Let me see. What else we got? You want to move on with the show? You think Bill gone? You think you said that was the one that made him? That was the one that got him? All right, let me see. Will Dev go for the belts at 147? Is it possible for Victor Conte to manipulate the results of the testing in your favor since your son is sponsored by VADA? That's a good question. Let me see. What happened with the TO fight, brother? I think he answered that a million times. What does he think about Skull versus Canelo then? That's a good question. That was a prime example of where the no running rule would be applied. That's a good question. Let me see. Wouldn't a no running rule prove how great Devin is? That's a fact. When he goes out and beats a guy with the rule in place, silence the haters. Darth Bill and Jedi Master Biz on good terms. I never had a problem with Bill. I always thought he was a great brother. Bruh ducked the question. Showbiz was shook when Bill pulled up. Don't lie. What? Me and Bill been in the same room many a day. Get Lopez Sr. One day. Hit the Tyson bell. That'd be great. That'd be great. Hit the Tyson bell. All right, we gonna keep. Yeah, his pull-up game is crazy. He's like Candyman. Yeah. We're gonna keep on with the show. We got more of the show to cover. We're going to keep on with the show until Bill comes back. I think we're at the breaking news. Canelo Alvarez. Let me see. Bill is missed is messed up for calling Biz fat. Feels like I should have paid pay-per-view money for that great conversation. That was great. That was great. He's back. Oh, that Bill don't play around, bro. We have some great questions. I'm gonna have to go all the way back up. When they no running rule. Hold on. What does okay? What happened with the TL fight?
Hey, Showbiz. Tell them the war room. I want to call them the war room fanatics, the war room crazies. But what I want to tell them is this: if Showbiz attempts to run some different content, y'all ain't gonna love it. He gives you what you love. Either you love the Haneys or you hate the Haneys, but you are entertained by us. Alhamdulillah. Thank God. So I go around, you know what I mean, and it's great content, but at the end of the day, if you're not really working hard and you're not necessarily blessed with the abilities that Devin has to fight all the different styles and then make everybody mad and do all the shit, but still sign to fight. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and like I said, there's no way that you don't do it for the people, of the people, and by the people. So of course we're going to be listening. I don't know what makes y'all so surprised, but the thing that makes me believe that you're a little bit moist is that you have to have a narrative. It can't just be 100% straight up. And the thing about it is, because when we do see each other, and I know that it's pleasant, I know what you would tell me, and I know that if there were things that I was doing wrong, I know enough real good men that's in the business, in the industry, they would be hitting me up. They would be on some, you know what I mean, B, I just want to talk to you, this, out to you and all this. And because, Devin, we haven't went the mental health route, we went the strong black man, chin up, chest out route. You dig what I'm saying? We get the well-deserved love and hate on both sides. Because if you can't handle it, then you shouldn't be in this position. We're in this position because we can handle it, and we never folded, never run, and we never faked.
Okay, that's a fact. But I do want to say this, Bill, listen, because I think differently than you or think differently than what other people have told you or haven't told you, it doesn't mean I have a narrative, brother. The whole time I'm respecting where you come from, respect where I come from. All right. So I think how I think. And I have, with the War Room, have grown this type of support, not because of a narrative. It's because we're all speaking as individuals. So don't undermine the fact that I am thinking like myself independently, and this is how I think. It's not a narrative, bro. And you do.
I respect. No. I knew when a gentleman like you was able to get a job coming off of the streets of YouTube with a wonderful personality and an audience and all that, and could go and structure a deal of any sort, because it was a time that the powers didn't believe you even existed. That was, but that was the time that I was still celebrating, and we was cooking.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or whatever. We was cooking. We wasn't cooking because they was here or because they wasn't here. It was a bunch of boxing enthusiasts because nobody else was paying attention. They were really either celebrating it, really, or they was hating on it. It wasn't so much of a narrative. It didn't have so much to do.
Why do you keep calling it? What's the narrative? What is the narrative, Bill? You want beef, Bill? There ain't no beef. You keep what's the narrative?
No. The narrative is what people want to know, right? The people want to know, did you cross over and go corporate, or are you still with the people? Because that's what the question wants to happen. Are you are your voice for the people right now, or is it corporate?
The people are here, and you're here.
No, I'm talking about your voice.
Wait a minute. You are in here. I am in my basement talking to the people sounding exactly how I've sound from the very beginning, my brother. Even so, so because I got more notoriety doesn't mean I've changed. It's just your perception of me changed. If somebody has nothing, that doesn't mean they're more real than when they get something. I have never changed. I've been the same guy for 44 years, bro. The same dude.
So can I change my perception of you then? Is that okay?
Please. Yeah.
Is that okay? Can I change my perception of you?
Yeah, please.
Now, looking forward and moving forward and covering this thing the way that it's supposed to, I reached out to Keith Connolly, respectfully, the manager of, a manager that manages a whole lot of fighters, in particular, Teofimo Lopez, Richard Richardson. And I've come to the conclusion that I've also spoke with Eddie Hearn. I've reached out to Little Richard himself.
Bill, what?
I would like to say his new name is Little Richard Bitchinson. So while I have an opportunity to be in the war room, let me let you know who I'm going to war with.
Okay.
And what the war is about. Now, so my list is real. Richard Bitchinson turned into the honorable mention, and when we mentioned it to the people around him and him, he went it went silent. It went dark.
No.
Well, what's worse than a cockroach?
Dead one.
How about this? A nigger roach.
Come on, hey, no. He didn't say that. He didn't say that, Warroom. That was AI. That wasn't Bill.
Yeah, no, I did say it. How about that? Yeah, that's worse than a cockroach, a nigger roach. Yeah.
Bill, listen to me. All right. All over X yesterday, they said that you guys are coming to an agreement to fight each other next. Is that true?
If somebody would answer the phone, then I would know what the fuck they talking about.
Okay, hold on.
They haven't
running...
sent over. They're running at cyber speed.
Stop playing.
Cyber speed.
He just called y'all out on national television on DAZN, said F the Haneys.
Absolutely. And that's why I want to tell you, they said it, Charlo said it, Tank said it, Shakur said it. Well, listen, I don't think that you said it, but if you said it, what the fuck difference would it make at this point in time?
Hey, listen, I've never said it, but here's the thing.
What I'm saying is, at this point in time, who gives a fuck? What the fuck? What are you going to do next?
What should be done is fights. And hold on.
I mean, listen, clearly by the time that you already done said, fuck the Haneys, you got something up. And if it's not on television, if it's not for you guys to see, then we're wasting our time listening to that shit.
Okay, but can you promise us that when we do tune in to watch a Devin Haney fight, it's belt to ass?
Listen, I never lie to the people, and I'll tell you one thing is, that's in our wheelhouse, that's in our warehouse, and we're bringing it out, Showbiz.
Okay.
Belt to ass the next fight, no running, whatever that it is, it don't matter. Listen, it don't matter. But guess what? The franchise, the no running, the no clinching, all that shit was dead in the Devin Haney era. You did?
Okay. Wait. Last thing.
All
I do have a question. Last thing. It goes to what the brother said about you and I working together. Since I criticized Devin Haney the way I do, Muhammad Ali had a guy by the name of Howard Cosell, and they spoke many times, and it made for good views and good TV. I'm never going to hold my tongue. You never going to hold your tongue. Now, if there's an issue, instead of talking through DMs where nobody can see it, or you come into the war room and then coming up with your own ideas of my narrative, are we going to be able to speak more consistently with each other in front of the war room?
Listen, absolutely. And make no mistake about it. When it's new and improved and it can do it the way that I do it, like Don King had Howard Cosell, we're going to call this the Baskin Robbins of Howard Cosell. And you be the black one, Punch be the Latino one. Then we can have we can have a black, white, red, you know what I mean, and a yellow one. You did? And listen, and I can just rotate because the game is good. And Devin, listen, skill for skill, bar for bar, you know the sport. He's a hard out for anybody. You did?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
All right, man.
Hey, our brother Bill Haney, man. That was mad love, man. Thanks for coming by the war room.
Salute.
All right, brother. Yeah, man. Bill Haney, man, that was amazing. That was amazing. Coming by the war room, we hold that conversation, and he's going to be by more often. I think that's going to be good. I think that was going to be good. Listen, bottom line, there was a lot of truth to what he said, and there were things that we didn't agree with, but that's how it should be. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm never going to think exactly like him. He's never going to think exactly like me. And I don't want anybody in the war room to think alike. I don't want us to be a legion of people thinking exactly alike. We should all have our different thoughts on the matter. And hey, as long as we can speak to each other, I mean, it's going to be passionate, but as long as it's going to be respectful, we could come to some kind of solution. All right. What Bill and I do agree on is that Devin Haney is a fantastic fighter. So how he goes about showing that to the rest of the people, it is what it is. And when you are a fighter that got that kind of dynamic, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to go his entire career without getting the criticisms, because it happened with the best of them. All right. So I think his entire road will be bumpy. It is what it is. There's people that don't forgive Devin. They just gonna hate him permanently, bro. And then there are people who's gonna love him passionately, and then there's people that's gonna figure out and kind of sway in between. And I just think that's just the type of attention that he brings. But either way, I don't think any of us will give him that attention or respond to him at all if he didn't show the ability to be able to perform in a way that can get us all excited. All right. Love him or hate him. All right. So here's Tyson Bell. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, Bill and Biz. Let me see. Don't forgive him for what he ain't do nothing to none of us personally. That's a fact. Let me see. Flex on him. Seep. Left hand on him. Left hand on you. Left hand on him. Pow, King Kong. Ain't got on Chaz. Let me see. That was fire, Biz. Shout out to the war room. Love you, boy. Fantastic. Hold on, everybody. Hold on, everybody. Wait a minute. It's already an hour and 30-minute show. So let's finish what we have, and then I gotta take care of Knox in the box. I'm pretty sure he wants his lunch. Let me see. Did you see the Andre Ward and Roy Jones? I did, where they describe how a matchup against each other would go. It was crazy. It was crazy how they did respectful. I think Roy would have BTA. I think BTA. Let me see. Okay. Let me see what Trent Dollar has to say. Bill Haney told Crawford to go after Canelo. He did. And now the fight is here. So that's one thing. I didn't know about that until he told Cigar Talk that. Okay. Canelo Alvarez. Breaking news, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, September 13th. Now, here's the thing, because I'm about to run through this real fast. Here's the thing. A lot of people have their concerns, but this is what I saw yesterday. All right. So you see that UNLV event starts TBA. That is on Allegiant Stadium, and this was somewhere else on a different and it says TBD on a different website. I remember when the time said 1:00 Eastern. Now it says TBA and TBD. So I wonder if they're pushing UNLV out. If not, it's fine because I do have this. Hold on. Showbiz heart rate and pulse is coming back down. Stop. Let me see. Bill going to ruin Officer Haney career. I've been with you since the fireplace. We can disagree long as we're not LDBC. I'll straighten Bill or DJ. Hit the Tyson Bell. Listen, if they're not moving the UNLV game out, which I don't know how they can do that. That's long money. I don't even think that's really an option, but the times did change from 1 o'clock to DBA and TBD. I've seen a stadium go from a boxing arena to a football arena in hours. So it can be done. It happened in AT&T Stadium when Mike Tyson fought Jake Paul. As soon as that fight ended, they start breaking down the ring. And I think it's more difficult to go from a ring to a football field than a football field to a ring. And they did it because the Cowboys was playing the very next day, right? Sunday football, something like that. So it's going to take out, but I've seen a ring be built in an hour. So now you got to build the ramps and stuff like that. And the ring is going to be in the middle of the football field. I don't think it's that difficult. I think the fight won't be during the day, of course, because they can't have the fight at the same time as the game. So it's going to be after the game. And I think they're going to be able to build a ring and do all that shit. And I think it'll be dope. I think it'd be dope. Yeah, Wembley does it overnight. Yeah, a ring goes up quick. So I think they'll be able to get everything up by 7. Okay, let's move on. This is that shit that me and Bill was talking about, bro. I ain't got much to say about that other than brother cheated, brother. I'm not sure if he did it. If somebody did. I mean, it was. I don't see it as an accident. Okay, I mean, me personally. When you take steroids, all right, that's for me, that's different than the Osterine thing. When you take roids, brother, that's Big Baby Miller, like the first time, you know what I mean? Like that's, somebody did that on purpose, bro. That's the Black Two Sugars. Let's move on because I really have to go. Ryan Garcia. He says people have to remember that boxing ain't for the weak. I came off a year of being an alcoholic, suffering from, that's not funny, man. Suffering from, I just didn't expect to read that part. Suffering from bipolar depression. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. That wasn't right. Bipolar depression disorder. I'm fine with the judgment. Okay. But I'm ready to come back and thank you. Show you can come back from anything. God is with me. Fantastic. I like that. It reminds me of Javante Tank Davis and what I read yesterday. Y'all with the laughing emoji, stop that. And what Javante Tank Davis said yesterday, saying that he feels like himself again. I love a comeback story. I like hearing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to feel down and out and bad. And I want everybody to try to be great, bro. Come close to it. Ryan Garcia said he's back. He didn't feel like himself and had a injured hand against Rolly. The only way to make us believe is to beat Rolly, to be honest. I don't think he's coming back or whatever, but he got to get a fight in, and it has to be that rematch with Rolly. He definitely doesn't need a tune-up or anything because he just fought Rolly. So I think it'll have to be a rematch, and if he have to, it's kind of like Tank and Lamont Roach and what Matt said yesterday. He was just like, you can say all you want. We got to see BTA, bro. Okay. Good interview. The interview was crazy. That was probably the best interview I've ever had in my life, to be honest. I had another good one with Shakur, and you'll see that on DAZN. But that one right there was fantabulous. All right, let me see. Brian Norman Jr., 146.8. So it's Sasaki. I would be up at 4 in the morning, whenever the fight is. I'll be 3 in the morning or 4 o'clock Eastern. I'll be up and we'll be calling that fight. You guys know how we do. But here's the face-off between Brian and Sasaki.
And still.
That's a fact. That was my bad. That's a fact. Okay. It looked like Sasaki was nervous. If you look at it again, check out Sasaki's jaw. Check out his jaw.
And still.
Yeah, that's that shit. That's when the adrenaline is pumping, and that's that shit. That's that shit, dog. That's that shit. Okay, let's move on because I gotta get to my son. Hey, check this out. Fake or real?
Can Chavez do this? Here we go. DW at Walmart. Okay, let's see.
Real, fake. I can't. I'm too old. I'm too old. Fake, okay, because the it was so well done. I'm literally too old. Bud gonna stop Canelo. That's my guy. Fake Paul for a reason. That's AI. Okay, fine. Let's move forward. This is the last video, and then I gotta roll. Claressa Shields talking her
You
shit.
said stretcher today, you will be going out on one. Because honestly, I don't think there's no woman in the world that can beat me in a fight. You know? Clock it. You know, honestly, I'm looking at Lonnie. They're going to fight me. She going to brawl. Baby, you do that. Lonnie, if you come in there and you let your coach convince you to do that, you're going to be out quicker than what I thought. I was giving you the round 6. You come out there and try to stand there in front of me and brawl with me, I promise you. You said stretcher today, you will be going out on one. It's best. It's best you use your skills and tighten up that defense and keep them hands up. Because all them other girls you fought against, they may have been a little bit bigger, but they were not as skilled as me, and they wasn't as sharp. They wasn't as fast. And I'm trying to tell you, to be fighting here, we're going to fight in front of 19,000 people. I'm going to lay your ass out, and then your coach going to run in there, and he going to try to pick you up. That's what's going to happen on July 26th. I did not come to play around. All these girls do all this talking. What they going to do? July 26th, you don't want to brawl with me. You don't want to do that, but I want you to.
Ass beating coming. I missed the goal. I mean, I'm not sure what you want me to say about it. But okay, listen, I wanna say this to end the show, because I'm gonna have to start getting to bed. Let me see. Tank. I'm feeling like myself. A contract will now return to having catch weight. Dog, that's no one's safe. I want all the smoke. That was hysterical. That was hysterical. Okay. If I missed your super chats, I'm sorry. While me and Bill were having our interview, if I missed your super chats doing that, my bad. All right. It's bad, Bill. I can't go back and find them. I'm sorry about that, man. Thank you so much for the support. I want to say this at the end. All right. I hope the quote unquote beef is squashed. Obviously, he had a different perception of who I am and why I do what I do. And we at least got that corrected. I think now it's time to build the sport. All right. It's time to let Devin also have access to the war room, where it's like, you know, y'all got questions for Dev or whatever. At least there'd be an understanding. But it was never Biz versus Bill. It was never Biz versus Devin. Never. It was never that. And I think we at least got that understood. Now, when it comes to us agreeing with everything, that it won't happen, because he, as he should be, would be for Devin 100%. For me, I'm not for anybody 100%, but the war room and boxing. All right. So, you know, that will always happen. But at least there's no predetermined idea of why. other than the fact that we're for boxing being the #1 sport in the world again. All right. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Tomorrow we'll have a video tomorrow, and then we'll have the Facts Friday. No, we won't have a video tomorrow. We have to do the damn call the fight tomorrow. Brian Norman Jr. versus Saki early in the morning. I can't see myself doing a video after calling that fight. We'll have the Facts Friday, and then Saturday we do have Jake Paul versus Chavez. I will be calling that. All right. Showbiz for adult. I'm out. Huh. Oh my goodness.